Creating articles and sharing valuable knowledge on the internet is a great way to showcase your expertise and also help audiences get familiar with your product or the service you are offering. However, since there is so much content out there, it can be quite tricky to shine through all the clutter. Hi, my name is Zselyke, I'm from Zelle Marketing, and in this video I'm going to be talking about the 3 things you can mess up when creating content. The first mistake you can make when creating content is not doing your research before you start writing. So you might already have a great idea, and if you have your expertise, I'm sure there's a lot of things you already know and are dying to share, but it is very important that you do your research and make sure that whatever you're about to share is actually solving people's problem. A great way to find out whether what you want to talk about is actually relevant and interesting for people is doing a keyword research. Keyword research tools such as Ahrefs, SEMrush, Mangools, Ubersuggest, these are all great places to start. You can use keyword researches to find out the search volume for specific keywords, find out what type of terms people are using, and it does also give you a lot of suggestions related to the main keyword that you want to research about. So you might be surprised about what kind of terminology people use about the same thing that you might call differently. And in general, keyword researches will give you an idea of how many people search for the type of keyword monthly that you want to talk about. And also it usually gives you a so-called keyword difficulty. Usually the higher the difficulty is, the more articles there are out there talking about the topic and about that specific keyword. So in that case, you might want to look for so-called long tail keywords, which are not only 1 or 2 words, but are longer phrases, and you can try and rank for those instead, and this should give you a little bit of leverage. Once you've done a keyword research to see what's out there, based on that you can start writing your article. So make sure to use keywords and phrases that people search for within your article and build them into your text in a natural and organic way. Sometimes it does happen that especially bigger companies try to reverse engineer this process where they already have a lot of blogs and articles written and they realize that they're not really ranking, and then they do a keyword research afterwards and try to put in keywords into the text and articles that they already have, and this can end up feeling a little artificial and it's not so nice to read. So for this reason, I do recommend that you do a keyword research prior to writing your article. This way you can also make sure that the topic you are going to write about is actually relevant for users and people are searching for it. The second mistake you can make is not properly optimizing your article for SEO. So you already have identified the keywords that are relevant for you and you mentioned them in your article. This is great. However, if your website itself or your content itself is, for example, not indexable for search engines, then your hard work was for nothing. I know SEO can be very, very complex, and also depending on what type of CMS you're working with, it could be very tricky. If your site is on WordPress, then a good way to start is using the plugin Yoast. This one helps you optimize things for SEO, making sure that you have keywords and your headlines and metadata and meta keywords are all aligned and working well together. And this way users will find you on the search engines. If you are using, for example, Shopify, then I know that also they offer something very, very similar where for each and every product you have there, you can optimize the content for SEO, and it does kind of give you a small preview of what your content would look like in the search engine. So most CMSs already offer some level of built-in SEO support, which should make it fairly easy for you to optimize your content for SEO. However, SEO is so much more than just putting the correct keywords in your content. And if you want to do this really, really well, then I do recommend you to work with a professional, because there's so many other things that also affect how you rank in search engines. Indexability, site speed, mobile friendliness, and so many other factors are also calculated into the search engines, and your rank will depend on all of this. So I do recommend you to dive a little bit deeper into that. But if you're using Yoast or any type of SEO optimization, that's already a great start and you're on the right track. The third mistake you could make when creating content is not remixing it and not posting it on other platforms. So you wrote a badass article that's super informative and super helpful. Amazing. Maybe you posted it on the blog of your website, but if people are not regularly checking your website, then it will just get buried under a bunch of other things. However, if you wrote a great article, I highly recommend you to share it on your social channels. So for example, you could reshare the article on Facebook. And since you already have the expertise and the knowledge, it probably wouldn't take you too long to do a quick TikTok video or Instagram Reels about it and maybe just talk a minute about it and mention in the comments or in your bio that where the people can find the full-length article. Or if the topic is fitting, you could even do a YouTube live where you answer questions about the topic if that's relevant for you. So make sure to squeeze out all the potential from the content you create. And the most important thing is that whenever you're resharing your content in a different platform, you transform it to fit into that platform. This is gonna look very different when you share this article on Twitter as opposed to TikTok. So just make sure that whatever you're doing, it's gonna be fitting for the platform that you're resharing it to, and you're gonna be fine. And hopefully you're gonna make a lot more interactions out of it than if you just shared it on your website's blog. So these were my 3 tips regarding content creation. To sum it up, make sure to do a keyword research before you start writing, make sure to optimize your content for search engines, and make sure to reshare and remix your content and share them on all the platforms that are relevant for you and your business and your service. So I hope this gave you some food for thought. If you recently created some content that you are very proud of, I would actually love to see it. So please do share it in the comments below. And other than that, I hope you have a beautiful day, and I'll see you next week.